You know, Drake Views from the 6 supposed to drop April 16th. That's what all signs are pointing to. Got the billboards up during All-Star Weekend. We think it's coming April 16th. And people been asking me like left and right, and you asked me as well, like, does this have to be a classic album for Drake right now? And because Drake always speaks on being number one, and just off Summer 16, he said he turned into Hove and he got a house big as Ye or whatever, a pool big as Ye. Yeah, I think it has to be classic, and I think him and the whole OVO camp know that. OVO 40 and all them boys, I think they know that. This has to be a classic album. But the thing is, what classic album does it have to be? Does it have to be Drake Take Care with the emotional side? Or do we need more of what Drake was If You're Reading This Too Late? More of the showboat, more of the nonchalant, putting it in your face that he's number one and he's killing the game right now. He probably got a mix of two, I would feel like, because right now Drake understands that everybody's coming for him. Everybody and their mama. Maybe outside the Kendrick and J. Cole's, who really probably don't even care much about that. They're in their own lane, their own realm, their own space. I feel like everybody else in rap is coming for Drake, and he now understands that he doesn't have many friends in this. Everybody wants his spot and will do whatever it takes, even if that calls for them claiming his credibility in music. They don't care. Everybody's out after that man right now. And, you know, Meek Mill probably summed it up. You know, that whole summer thing with him and Meek probably brought that in fruition because, you know, people don't know this, but Drake brought Meek out on one of his first tours, man. I went to that tour in Memphis, man. And Meek opened that tour. And I don't understand how a guy can come at somebody who gave you one of your first shots in mainstream America. But, you know, nonetheless, I believe Take Care has to be a classic album. I won't have emotional Drake. Still can touch me in my feelings. Still talk about his romances. Still can get to me there. But I do want a little showboat Drake, and I don't know. Are we gonna get the same Wayne feature that we generally get on every project that Drake does, or are we gonna get? Can him and Nicki even work together now on Views because of the Meek Mill beef? I don't think so. As far as features, will Drake kind of trend to what Kendrick and J. Cole are doing with no features at all? If he wants to still, you know, kind of see what his comrades are doing and what his the so-called top 3 in rap are doing, will he go no features? I don't know. I just know Views from the 6 has to be classic. Everybody's listening. Drake's never been this popular. His music is going to touch everywhere. The new Apple deal, this will be the first music he put out under the Apple deal. This is a big moment for Drake right now. And if he hits this correctly with a #1 album and a great project overall, he could possibly be #1 for quite some time. Now, that's kind of like with Steph. If they win that championship this year, you can see like Steph will be #1 for like years to come. And I think the same thing for Drake. If this Views from the 6 is classic, how we expect it to be, Drake could possibly be #1 for quite some time. We can go on a 3-4 year stint, regardless of what everybody else is putting out. He could be #1 for quite some time. That Work is kind of like the preview with the Summer 16 joint. Both of those are great, you know, both great songs, especially the Work one, #1 right now, I believe. And he's kind of previewing that his season is coming up. But I'm really excited for this Views from the 6, probably the most anticipated album of 2016. Maybe one of the top anticipated albums of all time. Hey, I want to thank you for taking time out of your day to watch my interview, my performance, or maybe it was a feature story. Now, right now, you can either subscribe to my channel or you can watch other performances. Thank you for taking the time out. It's MrTeleferro.com. I hope they lock you up so you will never become a doctor. What are you talking about? They interrupted you in your practice. You don't have a practice. You want to know why? You don't have a degree. You're not a doctor, man. You don't